2025 CR 01152. Could I have parties announce?
Your Honor, there's also the MTR.
Yeah, I'm going to take this up first.
Can we do the MTR first?
Why are we doing the MTR first?
Uh,
And are you Mr. Gary?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery?
Yes, I have.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. By entering into a plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, freedom of information, and rights under Article 1.051. By information, you're charged with assault family household member with a previous conviction. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison.
Okay.
And up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea.
Okay.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yeah, so it definitely sounds like it's most likely his partner specifically. Something happened in his household. If it was a kid, they would have definitely said it was a minor. So we're going to go ahead and forecast that it's the partner that he's been dealing with. And we're about to encounter someone who puts his hands on his female, his woman.
Yes, ma'am.
State?
There is, with the exception of, I had put restitution, should there be any, I know that he would be entitled to restitution here.
All right, it's gonna be restitution if any. Let me just tell you, if they're sending you to prison and your counsel is waiving a PSI, then whatever that restitution amount that person claims, that's gonna be the restitution amount. And when you're up for parole, they'll take it up with parole. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, restitution, if any, to Anessa Nicole Guerra. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
I don't
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
guys. I
Did you
don't know.
understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State
Okay.
any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, State Orders.
But yet you've been arrested multiple times
Attachments.
for the same thing? Okay.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, it was kind of a tough decision for Mr. Geary to come to, but he thinks it's in his best interest, and he would ask the court to go along with the plea bargain that it's taken us quite some time to negotiate, but I think he wants to get this behind him.
I
It's
bet he does.
unfortunate that we've ended up here, but I think he is ready to move on and become a productive citizen once he gets this behind him.
I mean, how can he be? I'm sorry. Throw this man away. Like, listen, the rule is here. If you involve yourself with someone specifically and at the end of the day, you can't control yourself enough to not hurt the person that is kind of in your charge and your care, specifically your wife, your girlfriend, right? Like, why would you do that, sir? You're putting your hands on. Nah, bro, jail indefinitely. Don't let this man out. Second time, I don't care anymore, bro. Right? I'm sorry. 5 years plea bargain. He says he's like NOLO, whatever he's saying here, guys. Right? No, I'm sorry, guys. No, thank you. Jail indefinitely. Stop putting your hands on people. Right? And specifically, the person who I'm guessing you're saying that you love.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you
Not
credit
enough.
for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Anessa Nicole Guerra. There's a $1,500 fine. State is taking in consideration 2025 AL 006681, 2025 PF 31338. And this will run concurrent with 2020 CR 12202. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, no.
No, Your Honor.
Just whenever we're finished with this and the MTR, we have the victim present who wishes to do victim impact statement.
Okay. All right, we're proceeding with 2020 CR 12202. Are you the same Juan Carlos Aguirre Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 12202
Yes.
for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation on March 3rd,
Whoa.
2021
Dude.
for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
What?
state.
Yes, Your Honor, violation of condition number 15, on or about the 12th day of May, 2021, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Juan Carlos Aguirre Jr. did then and there fail to attend, comply with all rules, regulations, instructions, and financial agreements as directed by the court and or supervision officer and or the head of or authorized personnel of the following counseling education program, state accredited battering intervention and prevention program in violation of condition number 15.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
This part blows my mind because we're talking about a second assault on the same victim, and somehow the conversation turns into whether the next 5 years should just run at the same time. I mean, that just makes zero sense to me.
Nope,
If
it
you're out on
doesn't.
probation for putting someone in the hospital already, and then you go right back and do it again, why would that ever get treated like it's all one big case? This is the exact type of situation where the system usually drops the hammer because it proves that the first sentence didn't teach anything. And
Nope, not at
honestly,
all.
like, this is the type of defendant who makes real victims feel hopeless, because this dude already had every chance to get his act together and then still went right back to the same violence. If there's ever a moment where consecutive time actually makes sense, it is something like this. Do you guys think concurrent time like this even makes sense for repeat violence?
No.
State will waive the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
Object.
Did you understand by pleading?
This is
true to
why I'm so
violation of
adamant
condition
about
number 15,
this.
The court could find it
It's-
true,
it's
grant the
wild.
motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 15?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition 15 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. That is to revoke the defendant's probation, adjudicate him guilty, and sentence him to 5 years TDC.
All right, so why should I give him 5 years? Because the complainant in this case is the same complainant that he has the new case on. And
Jeez. dude.
so why should I do this?
You shouldn't.
If we're speaking about this probation, this
Okay.
deferred adjudication, Mr. Geary was doing the things he was supposed to be doing at the time. He was enrolled in BIP.
Like-
In
like-
fact, if you
Like what? Not putting his hands on the person that he alleges that he loves? Guys, I mean, come on, bro. You put your hands around the person's, neck and attempted to, to completely end air from the body, basically. All right. Nah, bro, throw this guy away. He's done.
look at the
He's
records, I
done.
believe he did all but 4 classes. of
What
the
is
BIP.
going on here?
But because of other circumstances, the MTR was filed on him, and he did not complete it. There was some other things going on in his home life and stuff. I believe his
Does it even matter?
family health issues and stuff, but he was doing the things he was supposed to be doing. He just didn't complete it because of the circumstances. So that makes him not a good candidate for probation. But I don't think to punish him in excess for something that's occurred after this probation expired is fundamentally fair on the original deferred.
No, I mean, because he
Bro,
hasn't learned anything.
give the lawyer
And I
contempt
don't know what's happening
for being an imbecile.
in his relationships, but it doesn't appear he's learned anything. And
He's
I don't
learned
know why
nothing.
I should sentence him to just 5 years
You shouldn't.
when he's been sentenced on an assault family household member with a previous conviction, which means there's a previous conviction, and it's against the same complainant that he's on probation for. State, why should I give him 5
No,
years?
he's still on
It
probation.
just seems that in the best interest, considering, yes, it's the same victim, but
Jeez, dude.
for efficiency of judicial purposes for both cases to run concurrently together.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is finding 15 true. The court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to $1,000 fine, time and money run concurrent. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 011524. There should be no contact with Anissa Guerra. There should be no residing in a household with minors. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors, and the court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, for the most
You do
part.
have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is that as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence and a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're gonna have to start making better decisions. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in and out of somebody's prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And your relationship with her is over.
Oh,
You
yes,
understand?
ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
I don't know about you guys.
Guys, like, you do understand, like, this is probably not the first time this has happened, right? Like, I mean, obviously, I guess let me rephrase that here. He's here for the same exact thing that happened, I guess, a while ago, right? But this is not the first time that a judge has said all of these things to him, but yet he completely ignored it and did the same things anyway. Like, this is one of these toxic relationships, right? It seems to be very consistent. In terms of some of the videos you guys sent me, it's always like, bro, this guy here is calling his ex like 1,000 times from the jail. He's not supposed to, or things like this. Bro, listen, 5 years is not enough. 8 years is not enough. Is he going to learn not to put his hands on someone else? No, he's a bully, bro. Obviously, this is kind of how I feel about people like this. And it definitely goes the other way around also. So, for example, if you are a human who is big, let's start like this, right? If you are a human who is big, maybe you shouldn't put your hands on people who are small. You know you can beat them, right? Regardless of gender, it is what it is here. Don't put your hands on people that are smaller than you because you know you're going to win in some type of like fisticuff scenario here. And then the same thing here, guys, listen. If you are someone who is small, regardless of gender, maybe you shouldn't just go put your hands on people and expect them not to put their hands back on you. Right? Maybe you shouldn't do that. That's probably a super smart thing. All right. I'm not sure he ever learned that. Maybe this is not his first like long time stint in prison, and maybe that's what has created the person that we're encountering now here. Right? Potentially. Who knows here? Someone who's excessively short-tempered and emotional to the point where he has no ability to actually control his strength or control kind of like his anger or anything in any way here. I call these guys that walk around like this emotional weapons. Men that tend to have been raised, let's say, in scenarios where there weren't really any positive male role models around them, to kind of rear them in a way, help them at least understand that you need to be able to control yourself, sir. You're dangerous. You're an emotional weapon, basically. Right? You're an overly emotional weapon that lives off of your emotions rather than any bit of literal logic that will stop you from harming someone who is smaller than you because they're talking crazy. All right. But all right, guys, that's where I am. I would have given him more time. Okay. Just like from the beginning here, like there's no, I would have just given him a lot more time. Hold on, guys. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.